with less flat experience, you know, I don't know what to commentate. I don't know what's like good or bad. I need to fill me in on your
Yeah,
Spy. I don't
no
know.
worries. You got Random Fate up against Entro. So Pillow Flight is an Entro Cynical 5-star player. We got Philly here too. Philly's just been outrunning. However, comes in clutch when it's absolutely needed for his team. Tracks down the player. However, Philly almost got sandwiched. 2-on-1 for Philly. Up against all the Ghost players, going up against Vimtic. Vimtic, wildcard player for the team, and the Ghosts take round number 1.
Really well played by all of them. I mean, this is like a learning experience for me, man. Vimtic taking bomb, passing to Philly. Trying to isolate. Philly versus Vimtic, holding it on him. Can he track that? Philly tracking the 2. Really well played. Vimtic going down. Neo taking the bomb. Can he get it? Absolutely not. Neo going down. Kirby, such a strong player. Very familiar with him. Guy, time and time again, I've seen greatness from him. Ranu's stacking for Kirby. Who are these people? Like, is there a certain name I call them by?
Yeah, I mean, Ionis, you got Philly, Zai. It's hard, because they all always change for usernames too, which is the annoying part. You got Nathan up against Philly. Philly has timing. However, Nathan passes it back. Ghosts attempted to go for the sandwich play. Didn't work out. And it looks like I might have mixed up the standings too. I think the Oaks actually have a point, not the Ghosts. You got
Who is
Entro.
Pillow Fight God?
Oh, that's Central Cynical.
Okay, Central.
So, yeah.
Okay, Central. Trying to get it to Ionis. Can he hold it? Ionis air grabbing that. What was that? Central coming out on top. What a good play. One.
Get Enter Cynical up against Ionis. Nathan has a bomb now. Nathan passed it to Campsy. Campsy up against Nathan. Nathan in the middle of nowhere tried to give it to Vimtic, who would have tried for a chain attempt. Didn't work out though. You got Neo up against Ionis. Ionis has timing, has a 2-bomb, high 2 to Neo, and flawlessly tracks him. Neo stood no chance there. You have... That's a bomb next. You got Ionis up against Campsy. Ionis getting given dirty areas. However, Ionis is finally out. Despite being a starter for the Oaks. Philly up against Kirby. Kirby, can he track down to Philly? No, gave it to Zyrus instead. Served as a screen for Philly to keep him alive. You got Etrocynical up against Nathan. Nathan has a 2-bomb. However, Etrocynical flicks him and runs away. And Nathan is sent back to the lobby. You got Kirby up against Nathan. Sorry, Kirby up against Etrocynical. Etrocynical has a 2-bomb. Swirls on Kirby, and Kirby is out. Etrocynical up against Campsy. No, sorry, Etrocynical passes to Campsy, who wanted to give it to Ranufate. However, Ranu outran and Red played flawlessly. It is a 2-on-1 in favor of the Ghosts. Ranu to Antro. Ranu with a high bomb. Passes it over. Philly to Ranu. Ranu has a bomb. Philly now with it in possession. Philly gets caught up against the wall. However, rebounds and Ranu screws up, giving the Ghosts their second point.
Neo starting off here, passing to Vimpic. Going back to Neo, trying to get it to Nathan. Passes a late 4. Can Nathan get it? Passes it to Entrocynical. What an amazing play. Didn't even see it coming. Hamzy to Ionis. Can Ionis track this for his team? Tries to chem it. What an amazing try. Hamzy versus Nathan. Hugging each other, isolated play. Tries to sandwich it back to Kamzy. Wow. Philly versus Ranu. Going far, tries to chem it to Ranu. Ranu gets late too. Can he track it? Yes, he can. Down goes Neo. Philly to Ranu. Tries, can he get it? Can he get this for his team? Vimtic sacks. I think he had the run there. Philly versus Ranu. Zyron sacks. Wow, I did not expect that. But, hearing such great stories about Philly, him being so good in these 1v3 scenarios. Down goes Philly. What an amazing play by Ranu. 2-2. You want to go back and forth, Spy?
Yeah, for sure. I'll take it. Campsy up against Nathan. Nathan has a 2-bomb, low 2 passes to Campsy. Tries to go for a sandwich play with Philly trying to help in. However, they simply didn't have enough time. You got Neo up against Nathan. However, Zyrus has a bomb. Tracks down Nathan. However, Nathan flicked back and said, no thanks. You're going back to the lobby, buddy. Now you got Ionis up against Neo. Neo still choosing Nathan as his target. However, Neo simply didn't have time and died on his way to Nathan. You got Pill, you got Encho up against Kirby. Kirby trying to ISO, doesn't work out. Kirby is out. And now you have Vimtic up against Entro Cynical. Entro 5 KOs already, averaging 1 KO around. Now 6 KOs, Vimtic is taken out, unable to track it back to Entro. Simply didn't have the timing. Got Ranu Fate up against Entro Cynical. Ranu, quite a ways away, looking to get a track. Barely reaches him. Didn't work out. Now you got Ionis up against Philly. Ionis, can he track back? No, Philly is out. Not on his best behavior today. Performance wasn't as good as last week's, however. I'm not sure whose servers were on. Now you got Nathan getting caught up against the wall, and it is a one-on-one to see who takes the lead. Entro Cynical with 8 KOs versus Ionis with 4 KOs. Entro is more likely to win, and he does. Ghosts are up 3-2.
Wow, Entro, just such a good player. Time and time again, 8 KOs. Or 9 now, sorry, 2-3.
First leg warning to Campsy.
Philly and Nathan. Philly coming over to Kirby. Kirby passing to late 3. Can he get it to Philly? No, he can't. What an amazing run by Philly. Entro Cynical passing to Ionis. Ionis to Kamzy. Can Kamzy get this? Holds it on the wall. Unable to hold it successfully. Ionis outplaying him right there. Amazing play by him. Nathan versus Philly. Philly passing to 5. Passing to 3. Can he get the grab? No, he cannot. Well played by Nathan. Philly going down. Neo and Vimtic. Passing a 4. Can he get this for his team? And he runs away. What an amazing run. Ranu versus Entro Cynical. You've seen this one before. Passing a 4. Coming over to Zyrinth. Zyrinth passing a 2. Can Ranu No, he cannot. Ionis. Good positioning by Ionis. Nathan trying to find Neo. Trying to chem it to Ionis. And taking it back. Holding it. Getting it to Ionis. Nathan in a 1v3 scenario. Can he get this for his team? Passing it. Coming it over to Zyrinth. Neo versus Nathan. Holding it. Going to the corner. Taking it to the corner. Can Neo go around? Track around. Takes the 2. And he tracks it. 1v1 scenario. Can he do this for his team? Entro Cynical. Time and time again. Getting in these 1v1 scenarios. Holding 2. Can he get through the wall? No, he cannot. Well played by Nathan. What a good 1v3.
We are tied up 3-3. Ghosts wanting a leg warning on Nathan. However, they're not going to get it. Starting off with Kirby up against Philly. Philly hasn't been active much. Kirby's still tracking down Philly, and Philly is gonzo. Philly is not popping off so far. And the Ghosts are desperately needing him to pop off if they want to start extending their lead. Campsy up against Nathan. Nathan tracks back flawlessly. Popping off, looking to get 5 stars. You could tell he put in the effort in practicing. Now you got Kirby up against Neo. Kirby to Neo, and Neo is out. You got Nathan trying to track Entro Cynical. Trying to boost his stats by going for a 5-star player. And Entro Cynical sacks his own teammate and Zyrus. You got Nathan looking to pass to Ranu, who would have tried to give it to Entro Cynical. However, it simply did not work. Now you got Entro Cynical up against Entro versus Nathan for a third time apparently, and he finally gets Entro Cynical. Amazing play by Nathan, and the score is now 4-3 for the Oaks. Nathan wanting blood, and he's going hard at it. Let's see if this is sustainable for Nathan. And Nathan finally gets his first leg warning.
Nathan starting with the bomb, passing to Zyrinth. Ionis giving it back to Zyrinth. Zyrinth trying to hawk down Vimtic. Can Vimtic hold it on him? Absolutely cannot. Kirby, you see that, trying to go for the cam right there. Would have been nice. Enter Cynical versus Ranu. Takes the bomb, takes a 4, passes a 3. Will he get tracked? No, he will not. Ranu going down. Enter Cynical is such a good player. Time and time again, showing his worth. Zyrinth trying to get Kirby. Going to the corner, holds it onto the wall. Can Kirby take it too? No, he cannot. Kirby going down. Ionis versus Zyrinth in the middle, showcasing it for everybody to the world. Ionis switching up, trying to go for Enter Cynical. Can he get it? Neo sacks. Amzi going for Ionis. Zyrinth getting the bomb, holding a 3. Gets taken out of 2. Unlucky play. Ionis just such a good player. Kamzi versus Ionis. 2 teammates hovering for Kamzi. Can he get the 2? No, he cannot. Ionis is just so good time and time again. Nathan hovering. Enter Cynical versus Ionis. Passes a 3. Can he get it? Enter Cynical. Oh my god. Ionis sacking for Nathan. Whoops. Nathan sacking for Ionis. Enter Cynical passing it 4. Going over to Philly. Philly tracking it.
Tied 4-4. I'm not sure if that was a good play on Ionis to sack Nathan. I thought Nathan was by far the better player. However, it is what it is, and now we are tied 4-4. Going up, we got Vimtic starting off with the bomb. Going for Kamsi. Going for someone at his skill level. Kamsi, can he track? Yes, he does! Via Neo! What a chain by the Ghosts! You got Neo up against Kamsi. Kamsi tries to give to Zyrinth. However, he simply did not have timing to get a chain going. You got Entro Cynical up against Ranu. Entro to Ranu tried to sack Nathan. However, he simply didn't have timing. And I personally think that was a good play for the chain or for the sack to not go through. Kamsi up against Kirby. Kirby tracks it to Neo flawlessly at the last microsecond. Now you got Nathan up against Kamsi. Kamsi has a 2-bomb. Nathan has timing now. And Philly tried to sack. Philly tried to give to Nathan. However, Nathan read to play flawlessly and positioned himself perfectly to stay alive. Now you got Entro and Nathan for round number 5. These guys hate each other. They are going at it. Entro with 15 KOs. Nathan taken out, becoming Entro's 16 KO. Who is going to win the war between Entro and Nathan? We shall see. These two have a rivalry going and they do not like each other. Entro up against Ionis. Ionis with 9 KOs up against Entro Cynical 17 KOs. And Entro Cynical passes it over, extending the Ghost's lead to 6-4.
Wow. I mean, Entro Cynical just seems like such a good player. Time and time again, winning these crazy fights that it seems like he's destined to lose. Every time comes out on top. Going into round number 10. Ranu starting out the bomb, passing to Zyrinth. 3 kills on the board. Can he make it 4? Ranu holding it successfully, but over-holding. Wow. Zyrinth, just such a good runner. Kamzi taking it, trying to track down Nathan. Gives him a 3-bomb. Hems it back all the way over to Kamzi. Enter Cynical versus Nathan. All the teams hovering him. Can Nathan find it? No, we can. Oh, wait. Yes, he did. What an amazing play. Zyrinth going down. Nathan versus Philly. Passing him a 4-bomb. Holds it successfully against Philly. What an amazing play by Nathan. Neo versus Vimtic. Passing a 7. Trying to cam it over to Nathan. Running away, taking it. Hemming it over to Nate. What an amazing play. Vimtic versus Enter Cynical. Vimtic running away. D1 track star. Clean sweep. Amazing. Five.
We are tied once again, just like last round. There are no domination rounds. These teams want to win. It is a final week, and teams are desperate for a good playoff position. Zyrifs to Kirby. Kirby, can he pass back? A lot is on the line for both of these teams. None of these teams are guaranteed a position in the playoffs right now. Ranu, can he track it? Ranu. I'm not sure what happened there. Ranu tracked it to a Ghosts player. Campsy up against Ionis. Campsy to Ionis. Ionis to Neo, and Neo is taken out. You got Campsy up against Ranu Fate now. Campsy with only 2 KOs. Hasn't been active this round. However, no. Nathan comes in again. Completes the chain. Ranu was about to get taken out. However, Ionis and Nathan, they come in and save the day. You got Philly taken out, unable to track Neo, or unable to track Nathan. Now you got Antrocynical up against Ranu Fate. Ranu, can he track down Antro? Antro tracks back flawlessly for his 20th KO. Now you got Vimtic going for Antro. Antro, 3v1 for him, or 1v3. Takes out first player. Now it's Antro up against Vimtic. Vimtic to Antro. Antro, can he pass back to Vimtic? Antro has timing and sacks Nathan instead. I'm not sure if that was the smartest idea, considering Nathan was by far the better player. Antro outruns and Vimtic is unable to track. What a choke by the Oaks. 6-5, Ghosts.
Amazing play by Entro, just showing how dominant he is winning these 1v4 positions. Philly starting out with the bomb, passing to Vimtic. Vimtic going back to Philly, giving a 6. Can Vimtic find anybody? Yes, he does. He finds Iris. Iris passes it 3. Vimtic tracks it successfully. Well played by Vimtic. Neo having the bomb here, passing it all the way over to Kamzy. Kamzy versus Vimtic. Can he get the kill? Vimtic unluckily dies right there. Kamzy just such a skilled player. Neo versus Kirby. All the team hovering, trying to go over to Nathan. Successfully kills him. What a good play by Neo. Kamzy versus Ranu in the middle of the field. Kamzy holding it on Ranu, successfully giving it to him. Neo starting out with the bomb, going over to Ionis. Ionis trying to get it back to Neo. Neo getting there. Kirby trying to chem it. Takes the chem. What an amazing play by Ionis. Neo going down. Ionis versus Philly. Passing the 3. Can Philly track that? Tried to give it last millisecond. Unlucky. Philly versus Ionis. Back to back again. Can Ionis take the 2? Yes, he does. Can he track it? Yes, he can. Philly going down, Ionis. 1v2 scenario. Can he come out on top again like the 1v4 from last round? Passes the 2. It's tracked.
Dustin, I realized just right now, looking at the standings, this is a must-win set for the Ghosts. The Ghosts cannot afford to even go down a set. In fact, they can't even afford to even to go down 2-1. They need 3 points if they want to have a chance at making the playoffs. Currently sitting at last place with 2 points. So Ghosts do need to lock in. And the fact that it is 6-6 right now means that they are very close to being sent home.
Such an important game, you know, and Eccentric putting up such a good standing. You know, he's playing really well, really locked in, and his team do it also.
Both teams, both at risk. Oaks also have no cap space, meaning that should there be a tiebreaker procedure, Oaks will be left out. So Oaks do need to win. Ranu takes out the Ghost player. I believe that was Philly. No, Philly's still alive. Not sure who that was. Campsy up against Ranu, though. Campsy takes out Ranu. No, Ranu tracks back to Campsy at the last second. Zai up against Vimp. Vimp to Zai. Zyrifs to Vimp, and Vimp is out. Ionis to Philly. Philly. Can he track back to Ionis? No. Philly has a bomb. Philly to Ranu. Ranu can track back to Philly, and Philly is out. Neon looking good for the Ghosts. You got Angel Cynical, the last hope, 22 KOs. May single-handedly carry his team to the playoffs. Not this time, though. Oaks take the lead, 7-6. Or 6-7!
Don't worry, I laugh spy. Kamzy starting out with the bomb, giving to Zyrath. Can Zyrath find Vimtic? Holding it on him. Vimp, either Vimp. Can Vimp get it? Absolutely not. Zyrath, the D1 track star as he is, runs that every day of the week. Neo trying to find Ranu. Tries to chem it to Zyrath. Ranu overholding on Zai. Like the D1 track star he is, he always just runs away. Neo versus Nathan. Passing to Zai. Passing Nathan to 3. Successfully gets tracked on. Kirby versus Kamzy. Battle of the K's. Kamzy passing at 3. Trying to run away. I think he just got blocked there by Neo. Neo versus Ionis. Passing at 4. Can he get it? Can he run away successfully? No, he cannot. Neo going down. Ionis. Ionis versus Philly. Ionis to Philly. Philly to Ionis. Can he track that successfully? No, he cannot. Philly coming out on top. Nathan versus Philly. The team hovering. Waiting to make a play. Nathan successfully holding on Philly. Nathan versus Cynical. I've seen this before. Passing at 2. Can he get tracked? Yes, he does. Last millisecond. What an amazing track. Flawless.
The score is now 6-8. The playoff dreams for the Ghosts are slowly fading away. You got Nathan to Zai. Zyrifs to Nathan, and Nathan is out. Vimtic taken out. Now you got Kamzy up against Ranu. The Ghosts desperately need to make something work. They cannot go down 6-9. And another Ghosts player has been taken out. Ranu to Kamzy. Kamzy must track it back. Can Ranu track it back? No. Vimtic or Kawi gets taken out instead. And a failed sack attempt. Or in a failed chain attempt. My apologies. Neo, can he track? He tracks his own teammate. Goes for anyone except Ionis. Not sure what happened there. Philly to Ranu. Ranu needs to pass back to Philly. And Philly's unable to pass it back to Ranu Fate. 2-on-2 for the Ghosts. Even turf. Neo to Ranu. And Etro Cynical, oh my goodness. Kawi saw the chain and positioned himself accurately to make sure that he wasn't a victim of any crazy chains. Etro Cynical has timing. Ranu needs to track it back. He's unable to do so. Etro Cynical, the last hope for the Ghosts. The Ghosts on the edge of their seats. Ionis has timing. Andrew grabs back. Can he flip? No! This might be wraps. This might be wraps for the Ghosts. This may be the last time you see this current edition of the Ghosts play together, because they are about to be eliminated from the OTA playoffs. Timeout, Ghosts. Timeout, Ghosts. A desperately needed timeout.
I mean, yeah, with such an important game on the line, you know, and their mental probably sinking to the ground, you know, they need all the time they can get to think and rethink what they're doing. Such strong players just showing up. Enter Cynical playing really well. Nathan,
here, Dustin, I'm gonna join the Ghosts VC and ask them how they're feeling. Then I'll call you back.
All right, I'll be in this VC.
Sure. Ghosts,
Philly, you gotta humble yourself a bit.
Ghosts, you guys are about to be eliminated from the playoffs. What will you guys do to come back?
Nah.
Win.
I don't know, Spy.
We got a plan. We got a plan.
We just gotta win. What else is there?
All right, you guys heard it here. Ghosts will play. We'll try to win. Good luck. All right, so Ghosts pretty much said they had a plan. However, we'll see what happens.
It's always good to have a plan. It's always good to be prepared. Hopefully they can make it back up there.
Thank you for the gifts, everyone. I see you guys. Nico, Bayo, Quizzo, Vent, Nico.
Bye, how's your day been?
Man, it's been busy. It's been busy.
With such, what's it called? So much stress, you know. I know you do a lot and all that.
You know, it's getting better.
Ego.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's
Oh,
getting
it's
better.
getting better.
You know, it's getting better. Obviously, with that first round too. Oh, yeah, timeout's over. Timeout's over for.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, but no, it's getting better. But you know, we go on a day-by-day basis.
Yeah. Starting out here, Ranu giving it to Zyrinth. Zyrinth trying to take the 1v1 with Vimtic. Can he get it? Time and time again, Zaya's lost these. Losing again to Vimtic. Vimtic playing really well against him. Neo versus Kirby. Middle of the field. Taking it to the corner. Can Kirby track that? Hamming it over to Vimtic. Vimtic getting Neo. What an amazing play by Kirby. Their plan is not in effect. Kamzy giving it to Vimtic. Vimtic, can he track that? Yes, he can. Kamzy going down. Conglomerate of people next to Philly trying to take him down. Such a good player. Need all the help you can get. Vimtic giving him a late one. Amazing play by Vimtic. Can we get a clean sweep? Enter Cynical in a 1v5 scenario. Not giving any space to him at all. Holding it on the wall. Can Vimtic get that? No, he cannot. For his team. Giving it to Ranu. Enter Cynical to Nathan. Getting it through the wall. Takes it 3. Can he give it to Ranu? Sacks Nathan. Questionable play. Enter Cynical. Can he do this for his team? Super Ghost. On the wall. Gives it to Ranu last second. 1v2 scenario. Ionis taking up Enter Cynical. Giving a 5. Back to Ionis. Can he take that? Takes a 2. Can he track that? Yes, he can. 1v1 scenario. Kirby versus Enter Cynical. Gets a 6. Holds it on Kirby. Can he get it? Run away. Oh my god. A 1v5. Entro putting up a fight. What an amazing player.
Some
7-9.
life for the Ghosts. However, it's still looking dire. Ionis to Neo. Neo needs to make something happen. Ionis is far, far away from everyone. Not anymore, though, because Kirby got him away and tracked down Neo. The Ghosts placing themselves in stupid places. That's just getting them changed. Philly unable to track back Ranu. The Ghosts keep going down one by one. Who's next? Kamzy goes down next? It's looking like it. Yep. So what is this? Every Ghost player except Cynical goes down. And then Cynical has to 1v5. It's ridiculous.
This cannot be sustainable for the Super Ghost. Leaving Cynical in a 1v5 every time.
I will be joining the
Cynic-
VC right after the team loses. To see how Entro's feeling.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Entro
I mean, he
outruns.
must be getting such a good adrenaline rush from this. I mean, down to a 1v3. Giving it to Vimtic. Cynical, can he hawk that? Can he get it? No, he cannot. Very good run by Vimtic. $7-10. Starting off here, Neo getting the bomb. Kamzy to Kamzy. Kamzy to Ranu. Ranu to Nathan. Isolated fight. Kamzy versus Nathan. Can he get that? Yes, he can. Kamzy taking down Nathan. Very good play. Ranu versus Kamzy. All the teams hovering. Can Kamzy get that? Passes it too. Can Ranu track that? No, he cannot. Neo. Passing to Vimtic, passes a 4. Can he get the 2? Yes, he can. Can he track it? Amazing, flawless track by Neo. Neo versus Ionis. Passing a 4. Can he hold it over to Kamzy? Amazing switch up by Ionis. Billy versus Kirby. Camming it over to Neo. Neo unsuccessfully holds. Sacks Zyrinth. Tried to get the chain and Kirby just played that really well. Neo versus Kirby. Enter Cynical coming in for the save. But Kirby counter chains over to Neo. Enter Cynical versus Kirby. A 4. Can Philly take that? Takes a 2. But unfortunately, he just runs away. Enters.
Fuck. Alright.
Oh my god.
Like, Encho, you're so
No, wait.
stupid.
That's my fucking, that's my cue to
Okay,
fucking
bro.
down.
Chill,
I
Spice
don't
is
care.
Please,
VC, bro. Chill. You can't.
That was crazy. I was in a VC to see him
8-10.
rage quit, but you know, it didn't happen.
They're staying calm and collected.
Stay calm and collected, hyping up Entro. However, this is not going to be sustainable. The Ghosts need to do something, bro. They need to help out Entro.
They cannot be putting him. It's not sustainable every game. Putting Entro in a 1v5 situation, a 1v2, 1v3. Kirby, can he find Kamzy? Kamzy hamming it over to Vimtic. Amazing play. Entro Cynical giving it to Kamzy. Kamzy to Nathan. Kamzy taking the 4, passing the 3. Can he take it 2? Can he run away? No, he cannot. Good track by Nathan. Nathan over to Zyrinth. Zyrinth to Ranu. Ranu to Philly. Tries to chem it over. Sacks Neo. Nathan starting out with the bomb here, trying to get it over to Philly. Passes a 5, gives a 3. Can Philly take that? Sacks Zyrinth in the end. Philly versus Ranu. Everybody hovering. Can Ranu kill him? Philly gets it. Well played. Entro Cynical versus Kirby. Passes a 4. Takes a 3. Sacks Philly in the end. Unlucky. Overhold. Kirby versus Entro Cynical. Passes a 4.
You say switch.
Nah, switch.
Nothing.
Actually, I don't know, bro. I'm so
Obviously
bad on my
switch.
own region, yo. I'm better cross
Obviously
region.
switch,
All my life.
bro. Like what?
Switch.
8-11. Super Oaks winning the set.
The Ghosts have
was it?
officially been eliminated. However, they will switch. They're not going to go down without a fight, though. They will screw with the Oaks and try and lower their seating position.
Ghost taking a switch.
Ghosts
Getting out
switch.
of London.
Switch it is.
Amazing plays by both sides, but with Ghost going down, they'll just try and play with the Oaks, trying to get them to lower their position.
Ghosts will have 4 minutes to sort out their server. In the meantime, I'm going to ask them what their plan is.
Absolutely.
Alright,
That,
Ghosts.
bro.
So while
That's
you-
so bad.
While you guys have 4 minutes, obviously I think you guys understand you're officially eliminated. But what are you guys going to do to screw with the Oaks to make sure that they get a low seed in the playoffs?
Oh, are we? Oh, so we're just playing for the love of the
Yo,
game.
Spy,
So we got
hear me
nothing
out.
to lose.
What
Right.
if Titans get like blasted by Beast and they get like 2-0'd? Is there still a chance?
Maybe if they
Yeah,
forfeit,
there is.
yeah, maybe, we'll see.
Yeah, if
Well,
they
you
if
have to
they
beat
Wait,
get
Beast,
so
two,
we're
we
just
have a
playing
chance.
for the love of the game, right?
No,
Well-
no. If Titans get 2 by Beast, we have a chance. Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, Spy with a snaps real.
No.
Okay.
Ban
Shosky.
him.
Thank you, bro.
Ban him.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, that's all we need to know.
Good luck.
You can that
So I don't think the ghosts understand that they've been eliminated. However, that's on them.
Ooh. Did you tell them?
Yeah, I told them. They seem pretty confused. They should look at the standings. Oh, actually, no, man, never mind. That was Hawks. That was Hawks. I was wrong. So if ghosts win, they might have a chance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, never mind. Ghosts do have a chance. That was the Hawks. Testing. Okay.
From London to New York.
Did they say that we can join now?
Yeah. You could take over this first round. I'm gonna grab a water.
Yeah, for sure. '89 viewers who stuck with us during the server switch. Much appreciated. Shout out to all of you guys.
I am back.
Alright, the match hasn't started yet, so I don't know what's going on with the ref. I doesn't need me. I don't know. He doesn't need me to say. Come on, ref. We gotta start. We're losing viewers. Okay, now we're starting.
There we go.
Alright, starting off with round number 1. You got Vimtic up against Philly. Philly, can he make any magic happen, or will he still be a dud? No, he's still a dud, and he's back to the lobby. Got Vimp to Neo. Neo is out. You got Cynical to Kirby. Kirby to Zion. Zyrifs is out. Vimptic to Campsy. And Vimp is out. Vimp to Anthrocynical. Anthrocynical to Vimp. Vimp, can he make some magic happen now that we're on North American servers? gets Entrocynical. Oaks take the first point.
Going on into the second round here. Ramsey starting out with the bomb, getting in a fight with Ionis. Who will come out on top? Passing Ionis at 3. Can he track that? Yes, he can. Kamzy going down. Saw that. Tried to chem it into Nathan. Ionis versus Neo. Trying to give it to Philly. Philly takes a 3. Sacks Kirby in the end. Ionis with the well thought out plan, but it just didn't seem to go. Enter Cynical to Vimtic. Vimtic getting a 3. Unable to track him. Enter Cynical winning that fight. Neo versus Ionis. Philly stepping in. Taking a 4. Passing a 3. Sacking Enter Cynical. I know they tried to make the play, but that body block by Philly just didn't work out. Ionis versus Philly. Philly running away. Hemmed into Philly. Ranu and Neo. Passing it from afar. Can Ionis chem that into Neo? No, he cannot. Nathan versus Zyrinth. Ranu stepping in to chem it. Giving Nathan a 3. Can he chem that all the way back to Zyrinth? No, he cannot. Sacks Ranu. Nathan in a 1v2 scenario. Zyrinth and Neo still alive. Gives Zyrinth a 4. Overholds on Nathan. 1v1 scenario. Neo versus Nathan. Passes a 5. Gives it at 4. Passes a 3. And Neo will be going down. Nathan coming out on top. Well played by Nathan. 2-0 Super Oaks.
Coming in with round number 2. Oaks are up 2-0. Looking to secure their position. I mean, they already did secure their position of the playoffs, but looking to get better seeding. Vimp outruns Kamzy. Not sure what Kamzy was doing. Absolutely useless player. No offense. An absolute useless player from the Ghosts. I haven't seen him do anything crazy. Entrocynical is tracked. He no longer has the EU superpowers. Vamp up against Neo. Neo passes to Vamp. Vamp needs to track back. Can he do it? Yes, he does. Neo is out. Ionis to Philly. Philly back to Ionis. Ionis to Philly. No! Philly finally does something crazy and takes out the enemy. Philly to Kirby. That Kirby has to outrun, and the teammates come in, and one of the Oaks players sacrifices on Kirby's behalf. Now you got Philly to Kirby. Kirby tracks back to Philly flawlessly, and Philly is out. Nathan finally getting his hands dirty, looking to go for Zyriffs. It's an equal matchup. They've done their calculations, and Zyriffs is out. Oaks are up 3-0. Not the start that the Ghosts need or want if they want to have a chance of making the playoffs. Not looking good.
Starting here, 4th round, Ionis versus Enter Cynical. Passes a 3 to Enter Cynical. Him taking a 1. Chems it to Enter Cynical. Really well played. Nathan versus Kamzy. Passing a 3. Getting stolen at 2, and Kamzy goes down. Really well played by Nathan. Philly versus Nathan. Passes a 3. Gets a 1. Chems it all the way back to Philly. Really well played. Super Oaks are playing really well. Their chemistry is amazing. Neo versus Vimtic. Tries to chem again. Just not getting it. Neo playing that really well. Ionis versus Neo. The entire team hovering. Gives a 3. Passes 1 all the way to his teammate. Tries to chem it, but could not. Neo in a 1v4 scenario. Passes 3. Vimtic holds it on Neo. Really well played.
Keep in mind, the Ghosts wanted this server switch, and it's backfiring big time. 4-0 is the score. I believe the second the Ghosts pass 7 points, the second the Oaks pass 7 points, they will have officially eliminated the Ghosts. Kamzy up against Ionis. Kamzy to Ionis. Ionis, can he track back to Kamzy? No, he can't. Ghosts have some numbers right now. However, that doesn't bother the Oaks at all. Now you got Neo up against Ranu. Ranu unable to track back. Vimp. Vimtic to Neo. Neo needs to make some magic happen. However, Neo is going to get tracked and has no one around him to help out. You got Vimp to Zai. Vimp. Can he track back to Zai? Zyrus is out. Enter Cynical to Vimp. Vimtic can he track back to Antro? And yes, he does. Antro is gone. The Ghosts going down despite having a number advantage. They have a good job. They seem to have a trend of just going down and collapsing at the worst possible times. 5-0 Oaks.
Really bad play on the server switch. Really backfiring a lot. Philly starting out with the bomb here. Gives it over. Philly trying to find somebody. Holds it on Ranu. Can he get it? Yes, he... No, he cannot, actually. Don't mind my words. Ranu getting killed there. Neo versus Nathan. Vimtic hovering over. But Nathan switching over to another person. Tries to get Zyrinth, but Zyrinth is a D1 runner. Wow. Neo versus Vimp. Passes a 3. Takes a 2. Can Neo get that? Sacks Ranu. Tried to chem there, but it failed. Enter Cynical versus Kirby. Everybody hovering. Waiting to see what happens. Sacks Vimtic in the end. Neo versus Ionis. Enter Cynical hovering over. Takes that. 3. Ionis coming out on top. Kamzi versus Ionis. Passes a 5. Anybody hover for Kamzi. Sacks Neo in the end. Ionis versus Kamzi. Passes a 5. Gives a 3. Can Kamzi outrun that? No, he cannot. Ionis coming out on top. Zyrinth in a 1v2 scenario. Versus Kirby. Passes it. Can he hold it successfully on Kirby? No, he cannot. Super Oaks coming out on top.
Utter collapse by the Ghosts. At the worst possible time, too. Where they would have hoped to go to the playoffs. However, that dream is slowly fading away. One more win by the Oaks, and the Ghosts will officially be done for in Season 12 of the OTA. Ionis to Zyrus. Zyrus to Ionis, and Ionis is taken out. Kirby to Philly. Philly back to Kirby. Kirby unable to track back to Neo and is taken out. Now you got Cynical up against Vimtic. Vimp to Antro. Antro tries to swirl and tracks down Vimp. Great play by Cynical. Cynical to Nathan. Nathan tries to track Philly. Unsuccessful. Ghosts will take their first point.
Coming on to round 8. Nathan starting out with the bomb, giving it to Neo. Passes it all the way back to Billy. Billy passing a 5. Takes a 4. Hems it over to Vimtic. Can Vimtic get that last second? No, he cannot. Nathan going down. Ranu versus Philly. Passes a 2. Philly, can anybody get to him? No, he cannot. The entire team set up for a chem, but he does not want that. Kamzi versus Kirby. Passes at 3. Can Kamzi run away successfully? No, he cannot. Well played by Kirby. Ionis versus Zyrinth. Enter Cynical stepping in. Trying to take Ionis down. Hold successfully on Ionis. Vimtic coming over. No, he cannot get Enter Cynical. Neo giving it to Enter Cynical. All the way to Ranu. Everybody hovering over. Enter Cynical will be going down. Neo versus Ranu. Holding. Gets a 2. Tries to chem and sandwich on Ranu. Unsuccessfully, though. Neo in a 1v3 scenario. Up against Kirby. Counter. What was that? Really well played by Neo right now. In a 1v2 scenario. Takes a 3. Can he get it over to Ionis? Yes, he can. 1v1 scenario. Kirby versus Neo. Who will come out on top? Passing a 5. Neo running away. Gets a 4. Trying to get over to Kirby. Can he do it? Yes, he can! Oh my god, Neo. Really well played by him. 6-2, so Super Oaks.
Ghosts trying to make a miracle happen. Will they be able to do it? Probably not, but never say never. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen in the OTA. Campsy goes down first. Now you got Philly to Vimp. Philly back to Vimp. Vimp passes to Philly. Vimp has timing, and Philly is gone! You got Zyrifs up against Ionis. However, Antrocynical is now joining in on the fight. Antrocynical to Ionis. Ionis has to track back. However, swirled. Random tried to get in from a chain, but was unsuccessful in doing so. Antrocynical and Nathan. We've seen this matchup happen time and time again. And Antro gets out of it with Vimtic going down. Nathan and Antrocynical for round number 2 in round number 9. Nathan will win. Now you have Ranu Fate up against Neo. Ranu, can he track back to Neo? Ranu, Neo, a guiding light for the ghosts. And Neo is out. Zyrifs, to keep the playoff hopes for the ghosts alive, must 3v1. Tracked by Nathan, and the ghosts are out of the playoffs. However, this match will continue, because just because the ghosts are eliminated does not mean that the Oaks still aren't playing for playoff positioning.
Philly to Vimtic. Everybody hovering, waiting to see what happens. Philly giving it 4. Vimtic, can he get it? Gives it over to Kamzy. What is Kamzy doing? Ionis to Zyrinth. Giving it over to Ionis. Coming it over to Neo. Can Neo hold out on him? No, he cannot. Sacking Zyrinth. Ionis versus Neo. Getting it over. Isolated fight. Giving it 3. Can he get it over to Ionis? Giving him a 2, but Ionis tracks that. Really well played by Ionis. Philly versus Ranu in the middle of the field. Nathan actually dancing the corner there. Ranu goes down. Entro Cynical versus Kirby. We've seen this happen time and time again. Trying to hold it on him. Can he do that? Philly running away from the sack. Philly versus Vimtic. Passing a 4. Vimtic outruns Philly. Oh my god. Near clean sweep. 8-2. Super Oaks. Kamzy versus Kirby. Kamzy getting a good timing. Not find Kirby. Kirby is just such a good runner. Nathan getting the bomb, trying to 1v2 enter Cynical. Ionis giving it to an isolated fight. Gets a 2, hands it off. Neo goes down. Zyrinth giving it to Ionis. Enter Cynical. Can he run away from that? Yes, he can. Ionis going down. Philly versus Ranu. Passes a 6. Passes a 4. Ranu. Philly has timing. Sacks Vimtic in the end. Nathan. In the eyes of Philly. Can he hawk him down? Let's see what happens. Philly holding. Successfully holds on Nathan. Really well played by Philly. Kirby versus Philly. Takes it 2. Can Philly track that? Yes, he can. Kirby going down. Ranu in a 1v3 situation. Can he come out on top? Can he do this for Super Oaks? Passes a 4. Takes a 2. Gets it all the way over to Zyrinth. Cannot track that. Entro Cynical coming in for the chemistry. Ranu giving it to Philly. In a 1v1. Does Ranu get that? Gets a 2. No, he does not. Super Ghosts getting that win. 8-3, Super Oaks. Kirby here, starting out with bomb, passing it to Kamzy all the way over to Philly. Kirby versus Philly. Passes a 4. Kirby trying to run away from that. Kirby tracks that down. Philly runs away. Kamzy versus Kirby. Time and time again, we've seen this happen. Kamzy has a spasm mid-track. Neo versus Vimtic actually switching off to Ionis. And Neo get the win. Ionis unable to track that. Enter Cynical versus Vimtic, getting it all the way over to Neo. Trying to get Ranu out of here. passes it to Nathan. Nathan is AFK, chems it over all the way to Neo. Zyrinth versus Vimtic, everybody hovering for him. Can he come out on top? Passes a 4. Can he run away from that? Yes, he can. Nathan getting the bomb, passing it all over to Ranu, trying to isolate Entro Cynical. Passes a 4. Zyrinth gets a 3. Passes a 2 to Ranu. Zyrinth will be going down. Entro Cynical in a 1v3 scenario. Can he clutch up time and time again? Passes a 3. Takes a 2. Can he track that? Yes, he can. Entro Cynical in a 1v2. Time and time again, we've seen him come on top. We've seen him win these. Kirby gives a 4. Holds on Kirby, gives him a 2, but tracks that. Kirby comes out on top. Entro Cynical going down. 9-3 Super Oaks. Zyrinth starting out with the bomb here, getting over to Philly. Vimtic and Philly in a 1v1 scenario in the middle. Everybody hovering for him. Vimtic gets a 4. Holds it on Philly successfully. Neo getting the bomb here. Getting all over to Ionis. Everybody hovering for him. Can Neo run away from that successfully? No, he cannot. Ionis gets the track. Kirby versus Entro Cynical. Who will come out on top? Last time, folks. Kirby wins these. But Entro Cynical shows him why he's the best. Vimtic goes down in sacks for Kirby. Entro Cynical versus Ranu. Switches all the way over to Kamzi. Successfully kills Kamzi. Ranu getting that kill there. Zyrinth versus Ranu. 4 seconds. Gives Zyrinth a 2. Can he track that? No, he cannot. Entro Cynical back into a 1v4. Gets a 2. Passes the 1. Try and sacks for AFK Nathan, but he comes back at just the right time to dodge that sack. Entro Cynical just needs 3 more to win this. Doesn't get the timing. Nathan getting that. Good track by Nathan.
Game point for the Oaks.
Ranu getting the bomb, giving it to Ionis, trying to get it all the way over to Neo. Sandwiching him. Down goes Ranu. Kamzi versus Ionis. Can Kamzi show and redeem himself? Passes a 3 to Ionis. Ionis holds successfully on Kamzi. Kamzi goes down. Nathan. Hemming it all the way over to Neo. Neo trying to get Vimtic out. Switches all the way over to Ionis. Ionis passes it to Vimtic, trying to chem it all the way back, but no. It's just a sack. Neo versus Vimtic. Neo giving a 3. Can he run away from that? Gets the 2. Down goes Vimtic. I repeat, down goes Vimtic. Billy and Nathan. The open area, nobody there to hover. But Nathan runs a mile, hawking down Zyrinth, the D1 athlete. Kirby versus Entro Cynical. Who will win? Entro Cynical actually going down. 2v2. Billy versus Nathan. Passing a 4. Taking it 3. Sandwiches and Chem goes and what the fuck? I mean, oops. I didn't mean to say that.
Kirby's still alive though. Got him a 1-on-1. Neo and Nathan. Will Kirby finally end the round? Will Neo extend it? And Neo's gonna extend.
Sorry for my potty mouth right there.
Oh, no worries at all. It's not like, nah, don't worry.
I was just so surprised. Game point here, you can take it.
Alright, you got Ionis. Ionis with the bomb up against Neo. Neo needs to outrun. No, Neo is tracked down by Ionis. Not very good. And Nathan is having fun with the ghosts. Stomping on them aggressively. Zero sportsmanship by Nathan. However, unless warned by the referee, stomping and emoting on players is now allowed in Season 12 to OTA. A big change. Entro Cynical up against Ranu, and Entro Cynical is gone. We're all tired. The ghosts just need to go home. They've been eliminated, and they will be on a plane to Cancun right after this match ends. Vimtic, Zyriffs, Ionis. Zai up against Ionis. Zai needs to track back to Ionis. And Zyrif is tracked back. John, you're going to lose your parlay, bro. The Ghosts are winning. Ionis is out. They got Campsy and Philly. Campsy to Vimp. Vimp needs to track back. Campsy, can he track to Vimp? Yes, he does. And now the Ghosts have numbers. Nathan to Campsy. Nathan, can he track? Yes, he does. Nathan to end it all. The owner of the Oaks to secure 3 points for his team and a place in the OTA playoffs. Nathan to Philly. That is a game. That is a set. Ladies and gentlemen, Oaks win. They won both sets, securing them 3 points. Now we go on to Sharks versus Hawks to see if the Hawks will have a chance at the playoffs. They probably won't. Spoiler.